to my channel. It's your girl Nixie again with another video, and as you can see in the title, this video is a client makeup tutorial, and it was her birthday. We, because of the COVID-19 situation, we were quarantined, but she wanted to look a little spiced up for her birthday. Not quarantine, sorry, we had relaxed curfew days, so she could come out and get her makeup done. Even though nowhere is there to go, she just wanted to feel a little special on her day. So what better way to feel special than to do your makeup, right? So as you can see in the video, I am I filled in her brows. I just used a regular Drugstore pencil. All the products will be listed down below in the description box. Anything I might miss, everything will be in the description box below. I filled them in and then I brushed them out with a spoolie just to soften them up a bit. And then, as you can see here, just carving out the brow with concealer. The concealer that I'm using is the Maybelline Age Rewind Concealer in the shade Hazelnut. This is my favorite concealer right now. It's Hazelnut and Caramel. I mix both of them to outline her brows. This brush that I'm using here is a flat concealer brush, and I really love these brushes for blending out, for carving out the brows and cutting the crease. Now I'm using a dense blending brush to blend out the concealer that I placed on the lids to make sure that there's a smooth canvas to prepare for our eyeshadow. On the top of her brows, I'm going in with a little bit of her foundation and the concealer, and then I'm going to blend that in with the same dense blending brush, just so that we don't have any harsh lines around the brows. Now I'm going in with a small Real Techniques blending brush, and I'm using the dark shade in the Saharan 2 palette. It's a beautiful brown shade, and I'm just deepening, carving out the crease with this, the crease area, making sure that I'm placing it where I want it before I start blending it out. So guys, I'm going back and forth into the same color to deepen up the crease. I'm doing this several times to ensure that I have the color payoff that I want. I'm just building the color up until I get the desired look that I'm going for. And then after I would have done that, I'm going to use the orange shade in that palette to diffuse the edges of that brown. So what I'm doing now is stamping out the area that I'm gonna add my lid shade to, and this is so that I have a blank canvas, so that the shade, so that the color that I'm gonna use would be as prominent as it's supposed to. I want the color payoff to be as close to the color that is in the palette. So I'm using the Juvias Place Magic palette, the white, the kind of off-white shade in the palette, the only off-white shade in the palette, and that is my favorite color to use from the palette. I honestly don't use any of the other shades. This is just a beautiful color. You see what I mean about this color? It's gorgeous. It's just pretty. It's simple, but it's pretty. It's very universal. You can do so many things with this color alone on its own. I love it. It's my favorite. It's my go-to right now for, you know, a lid shade, a matte lid shade, you know. So I'm just blending around the edges of the lid shade and the transition colors to make sure that everything is seamless. We don't want the lid shade to look harsh, like we did a cut crease. We want everything to kind of blend together without looking too harsh. Now I'm adding a wing, and it's a simple wing I'm adding, and I'm using the NYX black eyeliner, liquid liner, and this you can get from Blush Cosmetics SKN. You can look them up on Instagram. I'm gonna list all the information below. This is my favorite eyeliner right now, and I only get this at Blush Cosmetics. I moisturize my client's face with the Cetaphil Moisturizer, and now I'm going in with the Pearlessence 24 karat gold Peptide Infusion facial serum. Oh, that was a mouthful, but if you have been watching my previous videos, you know that I have been loving this serum. This is also from Blush Cosmetics, and trust me, it is a must-have. The face will be looking flawless AF. And now I'm adding some Milk of Magnesia, very little Milk of Magnesia. Now that it's dried, I'm going in with her foundation, and this is the Juvias Place foundation. I don't remember what shade it is in, but I'm gonna list it in the description box. These brushes, the Instapot brushes, are my favorite brushes. For blending out foundation, I use the Instapot face brush or the Instapot cheek brush to blend out the foundation, and these are amazing. If you don't have them, I think that you should get them, because these are all I use to blend out foundations, and they're pretty awesome. The Real Techniques brushes on a whole, they are very good. So with this foundation, a little bit goes a very long way. And that is why I was really applying it with the concealer brush, so that, you know, I don't go in with too much foundation. I barely used any foundation on her face. Honestly, it was a very little foundation, and it blended out pretty well. For concealer, I'm going in with the Maybelline Age Rewind Concealer in the shade Hazelnut and the LA Girl Fawn Concealer. I'm mixing both of them to get, you know, her concealer shade for her under eyes. I didn't want it to look too bright, and I still didn't want it to look, you know, too flat. So I mixed them both to get the look that I wanted. So I'm just placing this in all the areas that I want highlighted: her forehead, the bridge of her nose, her cupid's bow, her chin, and her under eyes. For contour, I'm using the black Opal foundation stick in the shade Suede Mocha. This is the first time I'm using this shade, and I really loved it for her contour shade. It was not too much, you know, it was just the right shade for her. I really loved how it, you know, came out. And for contour, these foundation sticks are my favorite, hands down, for contouring the face. I love them. I don't like them for all over the face, but definitely it's a must-have in your kit for contouring. So while the concealer was drying down, I went in and blended out the contoured areas with the BH Cosmetics number 4 brush. It's my favorite brush for blending out the contoured areas. And then, as you can see, I am blending out the highlighted areas now with the Real Techniques setting brush, my favorite brush for blending out concealer. That, I'm just going to go over every single thing that I put down. I'm going to go over it with my foundation brush. I did not add any extra product to it. I'm just using what's in it to blend everything together so that everything is seamless. And then I'm going under the eyes to blend it out again, just to make sure, you know, that there was no creasing. If there were any creasing at all, then I would definitely blend it out first before I go in with my setting powder. And the setting powder I'm using is the black Opal setting powder in the shade Medium. As you can see here, I am setting all of the areas that I highlighted with the concealer. I'm gonna set everything with the black Opal medium powder. When I get to her eyebrows, I bring the powder a little bit into the front of the brows to give me that nice faded, you know, brow, a natural looking effect. And then I'm gonna go down the bridge of the nose, and I usually leave that to sit for a while so that, you know, the nose can be defined. Now I'm setting all over her face with the black Radiance setting powder in the shade Creamy Beige. For contour, I'm going in with the third shade on the top row in the Juvias Place Zulu palette. It's a nice soft brick brown color, and it's very beautiful for contouring. I love it. I love it. blush. And for blush, you already know that I'm using the Juvias Blaze Blush Palette Volume 1. And I'm just mixing the two middle shades to get, the perfect bronze glow. And then I'm going in with the LA Girl Glide On Waterproof Black Pencil in her waterline, and then I'm going to smoke it out with a little bit of the Black Radiance pressed powder in the shade Rich Mahogany. Taking my foundation brush with no extra product on it to blend out, to press the powder into her skin. I'm not wiping it off, I'm pressing it into the skin. Then I'm spraying her face with the I Hat Revolution Fixing Spray in green tea. Anything I Hat Revolution in these fixing sprays are bomb. Like, the finish they give this face is to die for. Like, it's a must have. It's similar to the niacinamide. I hope I'm calling it correctly. And then for highlighter, I went in with the Jackie Aina highlighter, and this is from Artist Couture. Once the highlighter is added, child. Once the highlighter is added, you're done. You're complete. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding, guys. But the type of effect that the highlighter gives, it's so pretty. It's so pretty. And this highlighter, the Jackie Aina one, was the best one that I could have chosen to go with this look. For us melanin girls, if you know, you know. I'm now spraying her with the Maybelline Make It Last setting spray, and this spray is bomb as well. It's bomb. Woo, I love it. I also went in in the end with the Ben Nye Final Seal setting spray as well, so you just can't have enough. You can't have too much setting spray because we don't want our makeup to disappear on us during the day. Okay? Drugstore pencil. I don't remember if it had a name on it, but it's a regular Drugstore brown pencil. I'm outlining her lips with this, and then I'm gonna go in with the Anastasia Beverly Hills lip palette. I mixed about 3 or 4 shades to get the correct the nude that I wanted, and then I went in with some gloss and then mixed my little concoction there. I use about 3 glosses. I'm gonna list them in the description box below. I hope I remember correctly what they were, but I mixed about 3 glosses to get the look that I wanted. Now we're gonna go in with the Black Up Paris Jumbo Pencil in the shade 24, and these are on the pricey side, but they are worth it. Guys, this is the finished look. Let me know in the comments below if you want to see more of these videos. We're gonna have more client tutorials coming. So guys, yes, stay tuned for more. Thanks for watching. Bye.